guys, you can just about see now if you look in front there. That's it. ISS just about to pass between Orion and just below, I would say just below Betelgeuse. As we say now, it's just going brighter. I'm not too sure if you can see this or not. I'll just try and zoom in a little bit. As it passes, there we go, as it just flies past Betelgeuse, I think it is. There we go. There goes my phone. It should start fading in a second. As you can hear in the background, I'm doing a time lapse at the moment for some footage. It's just going to disappear now over the side of my house. Wow, it's looking incredibly bright at the moment. There it goes, just to the side of my house. 1, 2, 3. There we go. So guys, as you can see, the bubble hat's back on now. It's a little bit colder tonight. This second vlog of the day. All we're going to try and do tonight is just show you that what you can do in your back garden. Nothing too strenuous and nothing too detailed. But basically, as you can see in my garden there, I've just turned the camera around. Just quickly turn. I've got a whopping great light from a caravan estate in the back. So even with that light, I can still manage to capture some stars. Now, at the moment, there's a bat flying about, but at the moment, I'm at 5 seconds, I'm at f1.8. What I've done is I've focused to affinity, and what I'm doing is I'm using the focus peaking on the back of the camera. So I've turned it to manual settings, and what I'll do is I'll zoom in, and when you get the stars looking really sharp or they're not flickering, you just a slight of adjustments, and it helps you to get the focus point. So got a 2-second timer, which really helps with the camera shake. You wouldn't think it shakes, but it does just a little tiny bit. And basically, you'll be able to see all the light pollution. I've got no light pollution filter on tonight, but what I'll do is I might tomorrow or the night after, I might just show you a quick comparison. But tonight it's just basically trying to get out and get a picture of Orion, or just putting the camera straight up in the air and see what we can get. Now over that way we've got this light. We've got Venus over there, but we've also got some telegraph wires as that bat flies past me. I will just try and get the camera in a minute. I'll try and get the camera and try and catch it. I think it's attracted by the lights, but if I turn this camera to the side there and take another shot, so same settings, I'm at 5 seconds, I'm at f1.8, I'm at ISO 500 because it's not quite, it's only just gone dark, so I'll change it to 2-second timer, as you can see, and I'll take the shot. I just want to try and show you what it's like with light pollution, so I'll post that image in a second. There we go. You can see the flares from the light, but you can just about make Venus out there, and the stars are quite sharp. You can see Pleiades. The sky is quite light polluted there, and I think I've just caught a satellite, so if I move this over that way a bit, move it round a touch, and take another shot. So same settings, f1.8, ISO 500, and at 5 seconds, take a shot again. It's all happening. Hi guys, as you can see it's got a bit darker now. And what I've done is I've changed the lens, I've gone to a 7200, but I'll talk you through the little settings and that in a second. Now, what I'll also do is, I'll show you this app I use. It's called, the first app I use is an app called Stellarium, and basically what it does is if you scroll right or left, we're pointing west now, there's Venus up in the sky there. Just above that is the constellation of Taurus. Above that to the right is Perseus, and you can actually, I'm not too sure if you can see it tonight because it's light pollution, the Andromeda Galaxy, and a bit further up to the right you've got Polaris right at the top pointing north. So what the area I'm going to look at is Cassiopeia at the moment, and basically I'm pointing the camera up so high so we kind of miss out on some of the light pollution, and basically that's one of the first apps I use. The second app I use, or you can use, is an app called Photo Pills, and if you scroll down to spot stars, now what it'll do is, if you put in your camera details and your focal length, at the moment I'm only shooting at 70mm, and it tells you that at 70mm at 2.8, the 500 rule, which is a rule that you divide your focal length by, and it's saying 7 seconds. Now on the Z7 it's either 6 seconds or it's 8 seconds, there's no 7 seconds, so I'm going to go for 6. I bump my ISO up to 4000, I'll take a shot. I've got the always use a timer, so it gives you the camera with a long focal length time to stop. Now I didn't do that time because it stops every time you adjust the settings on a Z7. It revolts back to single shot, so every time you take a shot or you adjust the settings, you have to go back to do the timer. So we'll start again. So take the shot, the light's flashing, it gives it 5 seconds, which should let the camera completely settle. That's taking the shot now. Yeah, so with the timer, what it does, it stops the camera from shaking, especially with a long focal length. So what I've done now is I've pointed the camera around a little bit more to the west, still straight up, still the same settings, and I'm pointing up and I'm pointing at a star called Capella, and there's a beautiful lot of clusters, double clusters around the area. I'm still at 70mm. I've got the 5 second timer, as you can see the green light's going on, and I'll take the shot and we'll see if it's any good. It's a beautiful part of the sky up there, there's so much going on, and what I'll do is I'll post the image in a second. Right, for my last shot of the night, I'm going to move slightly more west, southwesterly, and I'm going to point at one of the brighter stars in the sky. It's called Sirius. Now, also by the way, if you notice, I've had a shave tonight. I just thought I'd tidy myself up. I've got the bobble hat on and I've got no beard, just because I'm looking like Shadrock off Emmerdale Farm with his cat weasel beard, so I was feeling a bit scruffy to be fair. But anyway, back onto the vlog. Now I'm going to point at Sirius. And the problem I've got here is it's right underneath the telegraph wires, and it's also, what I've done is I've zoomed into 200mm. Now with this camera and the settings, at 200mm you've only got 2 seconds exposure before it starts a star trail, because the longer the focal distance, the shorter your exposure time is. So what I've done is I've bumped the ISO up to, I think 6,000. I'm going to try 6,000 first, and I've got 2.5 seconds. I'm going to point at Sirius. Let's see what I mean. Then see what happened. Then the timer didn't work, and what happens when the timer doesn't work is it goes blurry. Now I'll start again. So the green flashing lights on, 5-second timer. And there we go. We've just got the top of the bushes in, but it actually looks quite good. There's no movement. It's very noisy, but unfortunately without a tracker, you know, if I try to do it I'll just show you, I'll put the differences. So I've gone down to ISO 1600. I'll set the shot. And I'll post the difference and you can see the difference. So the second shot you'll see is a shot at ISO 1600. In fact, you can still see the star pretty well. You can still see the star pretty well. And this is only a noisy preview on the back of the camera. It's a JPEG preview. So I'll post both images with the settings underneath. Guys, what I'll do is I'm going to end the vlog there. I hope you've enjoyed this little vlog and I hope you've found and got some information from it. I think it's just the basic setup and the basic settings that you will need to kind of just to get going really. It's not anything too deep or anything too deep to think about. My top 3 tips would be make sure everything's turned off on the camera, so turn off your lens to manual settings. Make sure your noise reduction's turned off in your camera if it's got it. Make sure your vibration controls turned off. Also as well, make sure your tripod, even if it's a good tripod, it's the best tripod in the world, make sure the legs are actually on something hard, because what you can do is, before when I went in the garden I was taking some shots and it's on the grass and the grass is all boggy, which it doesn't matter if you've got the best tripod in the world, it's not gonna stay still, or it might sink. Or if you go on the beach for instance at night time, the tripod can move down. So that's another tip. Also as well, don't forget to use your timer. So when you're doing your 5-second timer, make sure it's 5. I don't think 2's long enough really, because I think if you use it at 5 second, it just gives it a chance to completely settle. And I hope you've taken something away from this really, to be fair. And if the weather's like this tomorrow night, or we can get out, I'll probably do it again, to be honest. There's so much to look at. Like I say, this is just facing west at the moment. Over towards the east, there's a lot more. Over towards the north, like I say, whichever way you point the camera, there's always something interesting. I quite like at the moment pointing the camera straight up, and I just find it's intriguing really. I could basically take photos all night, and I normally end up doing that, to be fair. But anyway, like I say, I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment underneath, and until next time, take care.